evolving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Because what does self-care look like to you? Like for you, what do you do to look after yourself? Like when Barbara stops, like what does she do?
first of all, to do nothing, to just give yourself
Mm.
some time. I mean, just think about
The art
how
of
wonderful.
doing nothing.
Yes, exactly. The grace of that,
Mm.
to take the time and make the space to go within and feel the grace. That is either going in nature for me, meditating, laying in my bed, doing nothing. Um, and I mean, in some ways, it's really, really difficult sometimes to do that. And I mean, I know, for example, that going in nature, for me anyway, the experience has always been if you're really worked up and very stressed and you go by yourself in nature for some hours, you actually feel worse in the beginning because you become even more aware of the noise that's in
Yeah.
your head. It's the
Yeah.
same like you try to meditate if you've been really busy. It's like, God, is
Yeah.
that me?
Yeah.
But you have to learn that that's part of the deal, that if you can stay with it and breathe and be mindful, that eventually you do calm down a bit more. But
Yeah. And do you have a routine sort of daily practice? Is there anything you do every day
I
to
try to meditate every day and
Yeah.
I have different mental practices, as a spiritual treatments, prayers, gratitude lists. One of my really favorite exercises, we could have that now too, is I love, Sparky.
Yeah, he's at the back. My co-host. Saying hi to Barbara. Oh my God.
So, um, one of the things that I use it a lot with clients, especially people who are ill or very stressed, I found that it's something that is very calming very quickly. I take the word love and then try to think of as many words as you can that come to mind when you think of what love means. For example, love is kind. Love is understanding. Love is supportive, generous, soothing, healing, calming, all powerful. So tolerant, respectful.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Love is Barbara
Thank you. But I have
in my
found
world.
that if you would spend 5 minutes
Yeah.
or up to 10 minutes, and sometimes I just take a piece of paper and I just write, even if it's you've done all the words that you can think of. I have a very long list, but that if you allow yourself to actually feel, it's not just mental, it's the feeling. So if you actually feel, now we're just talking about it, just feel that the love is kind. You feel, you know that you're doing this exercise correctly when you suddenly start to feel this kind of heart opening. You feel this softness in your chest. You feel just the thinking about love is kind, and that it's supportive, and that it's soothing and healing, and it's tolerant and spacious. And the thing about doing this exercise, I noticed I've had several people who've been coming to me now who have been very ill with cancer, and that's one of the exercises that I give them after they've been operated and all the stuff they've been through and all the treatments they've had, that when you're in crisis, there's a lot of adrenaline in the system. The system is, you're in the fight or flight stress reaction, which decreases the immune system's ability to naturally heal and repair the body. And then when we do this love exercise, one of these where it's high frequency, good feeling, relaxing, it decreases the adrenaline level in the body, the stress level, and the endorphins kick in. that's when you start to feel good. But the thing is that the immune, they today, you can measure that the immune system is suddenly kicks in it's 50% higher, its ability to heal. So this exercise, this simple exercise, if you would try to do it if you can get 10 minutes, it would be even better. 5 to 10 minutes where either just sit with yourself and just feel the different words, as many as you can think of, or take a piece of paper and write it. But then notice what happens to you. And if you do it, if you're, I would say people who are listening to this, who are struggling with some physical problem, they recommend the studies show that if you could do 3 times a day, 5 to 10 minutes, where you get into this state, that it will stimulate the immune system because it will lower the amount of adrenaline in your body.
Wow. Yeah.
So you can just see, just you and I, how our energy has changed just talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you start feeling it as well. You start imagining it and feeling it in your body. Yeah. And unfortunately, for a last question, Barbara, because I could still sit here tomorrow morning with you. Do you feel like, so you've been a coach for many years, I would say. Have you seen it, like, is the world getting worse? Like, are people needing people like you more now because it's getting harder and harder out there as if there isn't out there, but like the world is a hard place, I think, for many people.
Well, I would say that what my experience is looking at what's been going on, and I've been here longer than you, apparently. It's I would call it the quickening and the sickening. It's the extremes are more visible. Things are going faster. So in other words, the active, there's more people on the planet. The heat is greater. The speed is greater. We've got the internet. We've got this instantaneous bombardment of news and information. So everything is much more intense, in the sense quicker. That's why I say the quickening and the sickening. The fact of the matter that there are different frequencies and different calibration levels of people, in other words, people who are higher in consciousness and not, that has always been the case, but it's more apparent. And the other thing that's also really important to note, and that's a comforting thing here, is that fortunately for us, people who have a high frequency, in other words, people who are vibrating on a high level of love, gratitude, who have good energy, one person on a very high level counterbalances thousands and thousands of people who are in the low calibration, people who have negative energy. And so doing inner work, maintaining yourself stable on a higher level is a great service to the world, whether or not you're actually engaged in any outer activities.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
And so you could say, but you could say also, if you look at the giveaway, when you see the evolution of consciousness and where people are on the evolutionary scale, I would say that the great moment of transformation, where you go from the lower energies to the higher energies, people who are on a lower level of consciousness, they are the ones who are projecting outward blame. It's the other people's fault. They're not evolved enough yet to be able to look within. So this is a known psychological mechanism that you project. It's out there. It's not me. And when you get to the level of courage where you start to have the courage to tell the truth, and you start to wake up to being an evolving human being, you get to a point where you're able to look at what's going on, and still maybe there's a lot of assholes out there, but you're also willing to look within and take responsibility for your part in whatever's going on. So we come to the point of accountability, personal responsibility, and owning this. And so when people come to, and in other words, everyone who comes to me, for example, for coaching it or sessions or therapy, I only attract people who have actually are at that point. Nobody would ever come to me who's not willing to look within, because that's what we're working on.
Yeah.
So people of higher consciousness, that's a dead giveaway. When somebody is always blaming and shaming, it's out there. What are we going to do about that? But we can start to look within and be accountable and be responsible for this. Then we can start doing work of benefit for ourselves and for the rest of humanity. So whenever you're in doubt about someone you meet, that's the thing to look for. Where are they? Are they? You always know when you meet people who are blaming and shaming other people.
Yeah. And Barbara, if people want to have, like, you take people in, like, if people want to do any sessions with you, they just find you on your website, right?
Yeah, right. Beamteam.com.
Beamteam.com.
www.beamteam, BEAMTEAM.com.
Awesome. So we'll put that also in the notes. I want to thank you so much, Barbara. Like, this was amazing. It's like, everything is coming back to me, all the things that I learned from you by talking to you or reading your books. I'm a massive fan, and this was like an extreme honor. I hope everybody, all the listeners, know this was amazing, and there's so much more to Barbara. So get in touch with her, and I think that would be an amazing start of 2020. Is getting to know that yourself a little bit better and starting to understand that inner compass and how to work with that and how to, create connection where there's disconnect, I think is a very important thing. So thank you so much, Barbara. We will put all your information in our notes, and thank you to the listeners. I'm so grateful that you're listening to this Go For Your Life podcast. This was the first one in a series of live lessons with. This was Live Lessons with Barbara, and next week someone else will give us some life lessons. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you, Barbara.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Go for it.
Go for it. Go for your life. Thank you so much. Bye.